Okay, everybody, here we go. I'm back. Look, man, this is deliberate. What you're seeing here, I don't believe in coincidences. Number one, I still cannot post on Twitter or X. I don't care. I don't need it. Just to let you know. At the same time, YouTube here not letting me post my videos, cutting me off. I had to find a trick to get this to work. Obviously I'm under attack here, people. This is I'm on their radar, quite obviously. And if anything happens to me, I did not kill myself. Just so you know, just real quick. All right, guys and girls, listen. I'm going to start from the top. Post market wrap up. Thursday, March 13, 2025. A lot of stuff to cover this morning. Oh, this morning. I'm so just freaking combobulated. Right freaking now. All right, look, let's start with the stock market, as I was saying, where they cut me off. Everybody is focused on the market. People aren't used to what they're seeing. This to me, people, is not the big one. This is where we finished today. The big one, as you know, is going to begin and end in the debt market, not the stock market. We haven't had a real correction in this market in years. It's just gone straight freaking up. Now that this is happening, and obviously geopolitical events are playing in. There's no doubt. But we were way, 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 and I mean way overdue for a correction in this market. And that's what we're getting, in my opinion. Could I be wrong? Could this evolve into something else? Sure. But we know where to look. We know where to look. It's the debt market, people. Look, man, I would look at that 10-year yield. Yes, we got some instability. I would say it's not as bad as it was. We still have some instability here in the debt market, looking at the 10-year yield bouncing all over the place. Supposed to be rock solid. It's not. Okay. The dollar is giving us a big tell. Let's talk about the dollar. Despite the fact that this market really does appear to be in a corrective phase, despite geopolitical events, the economic war, we're in a full-blown global economic war that is getting worse. The dollar is not being reflective of that. The dollar is sending us a big message. What's the dollar telling us here? Dollar is a unit of debt. We all know that. The dollar on a relative strength basis is doing nothing. In fact, right here, 103.82. We are just below a critical level, 104. Okay, if you guys and girls check out my website, again, link in the description of the video, I did a whole breakdown on where the dollar should be doing, or with the levels we should be looking for. Okay, the dollar is telling us that it's irrelevant on the global stage. Mitch, thanks again. The dollar is telling us that, hey, guys and girls, I got a message for you. I'm irrelevant. I think we all know that. The world is moving quickly away from the dollar. De-dollarization is going on. The BRICS nations, we could go on and on and on. But this is a huge tell. It should be to you as well. The world doesn't want our dollars. It's not being seen as a safe haven anymore. Major problem. Major. That's that. Okay. Now, as I said, 10-year yield bouncing around. All right. Some stability here a little bit. Let's see if we hold. Gold and silver doing very well. We're happy about this, right? But we haven't seen anything yet, guys and girls. Just you know that. This is cryptos today. Okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let me just say this. What President Trump is going to do, which they talked about yesterday, is going to sign this executive order allowing cryptocurrency to gain access via the Federal Reserve into the national payment system. This is a gift so big to the Federal Reserve right now. We all know it. Look, central banks, they've been working towards a new system and a new currency that we're being bridged right now into the new system. I told you guys from before the presidential selection that whoever they chose, whether it was the cackling one, I can call her that, right? Cackling Kamala, because she wasn't human either. Or be beautiful President Trump, either one. I said whoever they selected would be the best friend to the Federal Reserve in the history of the world. Well, obviously, this executive order is going to do that. Everything right now is going to empower the Federal Reserve beyond belief. This Mar-a-Lago Accord, 100-year non-coupon bonds, all right? And the perk to this is an incredible thing. I want you to bear with me for a second. I want to review. So this is how it's being sold right now. So these 100-year non-coupon meaning they pay no interest. All right. So these are going to be offered, or foreign investors are going to be forced to swap the debt they have now. That foreign investors own a lot of U.S. debt, quite obviously. Okay. Given the opportunities to swap, there is opportunity here. Bear with me. For these foreign investors to swap the debt they have into these 100-year no interest bonds. What are the perks? Why would anyone want to do it? There are two perks to this. Why a nation would want to do it. Number one perk, actually the second perk is bigger than number one, but I'm going to tell you what the number one perk is. Number one perk is they can buy the 100-year bond at below face value. At one point, the debt will become due, but 100 years from now. That's one perk. Okay, whatever. For a nation, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But the second perk is bigger, way bigger. It allows the investor, in this case, a nation, whatever nation it is, to borrow off that bond directly from the Federal Reserve for near zero. What does that do? That will empower the Federal Reserve way more powerful than they are now. So the Mar-a-Lago Accord is going to make the Fed, well, much stronger than it is right now. You understand? Along with this order, that executive order allowing cryptocurrencies access to the national banking payment system from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, they got the guy they wanted. We, on the other hand, you guys and girls, that's debatable of what's going on. And I'm going to talk about some stuff you're going to find out this very end. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Last time I already told you, we didn't even have a president under Biden. He was like a thing, a creature, or I had a dozen names for the man. Whatever it was. And now whatever we have is, I guess, still yet to be defined. This is definitely, again, look what's happening here. A free people have the government afraid of them. That's not what we have here. We have people afraid of the government. That's tyranny. You understand? People don't know what to do with themselves. They're being disenfranchised on a massive scale. So, and then if you think this is going to turn around and this is all of a sudden going to become a government of the people, by the people, for the people again, when we have the current administration and the sidekick here, Elon Musk. I don't know who the sidekick is. I'd be honest with you. You can beat me up all you want. I don't know if Trump is the sidekick or if Elon Musk is. One of them is the sidekick of the other. I don't know who it is here. We're going to talk more about that too in a moment here, but there's so many things that are just not right now and are going to lead, in my opinion, to more control, because that's what it's all about. People surrendering their liberties, submitting to the system, struggling here, and we're pretty much moving in that direction. I think we're pretty much on the same page. Now, with regard to propaganda, we got more propaganda this morning. I wrote all over this. So wholesale inflation came in flat. Jonathan, thank you. I know, bro. I'm working on a new version. I apologize for taking so long. This is what they want you to know. Wholesale inflation came in flat, and it's another sign of easing. No, inflation is rising. You remember what they told us yesterday? It's going up. But they use the word easing. You remember how I told you what easing actually was to me? So I wrote, expect zero transparency, more fake data, and obviously more propaganda. All part of the control mechanism to keep you psyoped, to not knowing what's going on here. Again, people should be demanding transparency. We know these numbers are all fake. And what they're going to do is they're going to tell you that what you're seeing, what you're feeling is not real. Oh, don't worry. It's not real. Listen to what we're saying, because we're from the government and we're here to help you. Let's talk more about the government here. I ran a poll earlier today. Lions, our very trustworthy U.S. Secretary Scott Bessent this morning is blowing off any idea that the United States is moving towards a recession. So I wrote, what's your take on this? 83% of you believe that Scott Bessent is a liar. There's more to it than this. How many of you know, excuse me, what's the job of the U.S. Treasury Secretary? Do any of you really know what the job is? It's kind of an ambiguous thing, but I'm going to tell you right here and right now what the job of the U.S. Treasury Secretary is. It really boils down to one thing: to peddle U.S. debt to the rest of the world. That's their job. So Scotty Boy here, can we call him Scotty Boy? You see, because I don't like him. I think it's a thing. It's not human either. Is a perpetual liar on a scale that we can't even get our heads around. But again, the job of the U.S. Treasury Secretary is to peddle debt to the world. Buy our debt. Buy our debt. Well, by the looks of it, no one wants our dollar. No one wants our debt. Henceforth, why? Mar-a-Lago Accord. Do you see how this all ties together, people? You do not have to have really even maybe two functioning brain cells to understand the dynamics that are in play here. So U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent thinks the rest of the world doesn't know what you and I know because he's trying to peddle debt, buy our debt. Buy our debt. Our economy's great. Don't worry about the stock market, which you really shouldn't worry about. I'm telling you, you got a lot of YouTubers out here putting up at the market's crashing. The market ain't crashing. The market is not crashing. This is a normal corrective phase in Gregory Mannarino's view. Okay, again, debt market is where we got to look. Okay, going back to our lovely Bessent creature here. So his job is to peddle debt to the rest of the world. The rest of the world don't want it. Okay, again, henceforth, Mar-a-Lago Accord, swap out your debt for these 100-year non-coupon or no interest bonds here. You can borrow from the Fed against the bond for near nothing or zero. That's what this is all about. And this is the biggest perk that's going to be given to foreign investors. Think about what I'm saying. We're hearing all about, we're going to make America great again, right? We got to stop relying on foreign governments. And so why are we allowing these foreign investors to borrow from the Federal Reserve via the Mar-a-Lago Accord for zero against their bond? I mean, you can't make that up if you try to write a science fiction movie, but that's exactly what's happening here. Now, let us move forward. These are two really big stories that are coming out today, and I want to tell you my take on it, and I also want to hear yours. Let's start with this one. U.S. military operations for the Panama Canal. President Trump is looking for military options, bear with me, to deal with the Panama Canal issue. All options on the table, including partnering more closely with the Panamanian military. How about President Trump contacts the Panamanian government and tries to negotiate a deal before we invade them? Because that's the next part here. Or by military means, having the United States military seize the Panama Canal by force. Okay, if you recall just a couple of weeks ago, President Trump was very proud to announce that he helped broker a deal, you all know this already, for BlackRock to buy ports on the Panama Canal. So, and this was touted as a fantastic thing. BlackRock, you all know about BlackRock. We're not even going to go there, okay? Jonathan, thank you. So, Trump brokers the deal for BlackRock to buy ports on the Panama Canal. So why is it necessary to even bring up that we're going to take the canal by military force if BlackRock already owns the ports? What I'm trying to lead to is this is not what it appears to be. When you hear something as dramatic as possibly seizing the Panama Canal using U.S. military force, you know there's something going on here. Again, understanding that just last week, I think it was, or the week before that, Trump brokered the deal. BlackRock bought the ports, or many ports, not all of them, but bought the ports, the important ports. Trump brokered the deal. Trump's a happy guy. So why this? Hold that thought. Why then this? Trump's U.S. annexation of Greenland. United States needs Greenland for international security. Let's read this. President Trump said today that he thought that the potential annexation of Greenland by the United States is going to happen. Trump defended his idea, saying the United States needs Greenland for international security. So, okay, this story here and this story here. First of all, going back to this story, it's a smokescreen. We're being played. You understand? This is a deception. This is a Look over there. We could potentially use the U.S. military to take the Panama Canal and maybe even use it to annex Greenland here. Something else is going on. When you see stories like that, Obviously, people look at it and they get a little, well, hold on a minute here. There's going to be a U.S. military operation to take the Panama Canal. Meanwhile, let's see, BlackRock with Trump just took the ports. So why do we need a military operation there? To get people up thinking, distracted, and deceived. You have to understand, lies and deceptions come from a place where you and I don't want to ever go. You understand? You know what I'm talking about? These people come from that place and they use these lies, deceptions, and distractions. We already know Elon Musk. People, he's an admitted Satanist. Why him and his sidekick Trump or vice versa are partnered up here? Maybe you should think about it. Okay. Going back to what I was saying. So what this tells me, seeing this and seeing this, tells me that something else monumental is going on. And I'm going to tell you what I think it is. For weeks now, this is an article from 3 weeks ago. Trump is saying he's going to check if somebody stole the gold. Okay. Most people believe the gold is not there already. Thank you. Ears to hear. I appreciate that. How easy would it, first of all, where's the urgency here? If in fact the gold is gone, why isn't our beautiful president and his sidekick Musk, or vice versa, whoever's the sidekick, who's the sidekick? Is President Trump the sidekick or is Musk the sidekick? I can't decide. You guys and girls, I'm going to rely on you to tell me who's the sidekick here. Is Trump the sidekick or is Musk the sidekick? One of these two, the acting president and the sidekick, okay, whoever they are, why are they not rushing over to Fort Knox to see if the gold is there? Because I'm telling you what's being set up, a grand theft. If they tell you that the gold isn't there, it's because it's being stolen right now, today, right under your nose. The grand plan here is to obviously the greatest wealth transfer the world has ever seen. This would be the greatest, most perfectly executed theft in the history of the United States. Maybe being executed by the acting president, whoever it might be, and the sidekick. Again, where's the urgency? If President Trump actually thought this was happening, why wouldn't he be jumping on Air Force One right now and going to check? Because again, it's a deception. Pay attention to this and the fact that we may actually take Panama by military force, even though BlackRock owns the ports. You're being lied to. Again, it's a grand deception and potentially the greatest theft the world has ever seen. Because if the gold is not there, that deal is being brokered by Trump and Musk. And who knows where it's going to? Maybe it's going to them. Maybe it's going to Russia. Maybe it's going to I don't know where. But the fact that this is not being addressed as of immediately should tell you something. You understand? It's a grand deception. Are we on the same page here? I really hope you guys and girls are getting this. Nothing is what it appears to be in this environment. Look here. Don't look over there. Does it make sense to you that if BlackRock just bought all these ports over in Panama, that we should even be entertaining the idea of using the military? Hold that thought. Let me ask you this. If in fact we were going to take Panama by force, the Panama Canal, or Greenland, who's going to finance it? Where's the cash come from? Right from the Federal Reserve. For those of you that have still been psyoped, because that's what you've been, into believing that the Federal Reserve is going away and we're going back to a gold standard, Trump really wanted to see if the gold was there. He'd be going there today, right? Not dragging this on for week after week after week if the gold's probably being removed. The gold was probably there. Right up until recently. Now what's going to happen? The setup is too easy here. Blame the Democrats or whoever they want to blame. Blame Russia. I don't know. I think gold's probably going to Russia. Okay. Russia needs the gold. All right. The little bromance that's going on and the fake threats here. We're going to slap Russia with huge sanctions. You remember that? That was just a cover, man. That wasn't even real either. Come on. You guys and girls, you know that was never going to happen. It's too much, man. What's going on here? Anyway, look, I am worried that they're going to cut me off. If they do, I already covered the material I wanted to. So if they cut me off, I'm going to end the video. But anyway, guys and girls, listen. So what do you think about the stuff we talk about? I really believe it's possible that the greatest theft in the history, they're stealing U.S. gold. The acting president and the sidekick. You tell me who's who is stealing the gold right now, and then they're going to use some kind of story to tell you who stole it. But there won't be any arrests, of course. Just like all the fraud that's being found, right? Just like all the misallocated funds, it's all being found and it's real. Where are those who did it in handcuffs? One person. Are we even hearing about who might be responsible for it? No, of course we're not. Because it's all fake. You all know that, right? Oh, guys and girls, man. You guys and girls want to talk about anything specifically before we get out of here? I don't know, man. Trump begs to be the sidekick. I don't know who the sidekick is, man. I really don't anymore. I used to believe that Elon was the sidekick, but I'll tell you, people, and I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, and it's okay. Give me all the heat you want because I really don't give a damn. If you think Greg cares this much, I don't. All it does is make me more prominent. These people are so funny. They comment here, Greg is this and Greg is that. By commenting here, all it does is help the algorithms. It gets people talking about Greg Mannarino. It makes me bigger every day. So they can do all they want. I don't care. I tell you the way I see things, wrong or right. All right. And if they can't handle it, I know the gold was stolen on 9/11. Meanwhile, Trump sent Mnuchin, if you recall, during his last tenure to check out the gold, and apparently it was there. Trump said it was there because Mnuchin said it was there. So if the gold was stolen on 9/11, we have to trust President Trump during his last tenure that the gold was there during the last tenure. So that leaves a window for the gold to be stolen. Do you see the setup here? I'm glad that person brought this up. The window would fall right during Mummy Man, Creature, Bidenstein, vomitous puke that he was. You see, these are all the words that I used to use for Biden. And he was everything I said that he was. You know I'm right here. Okay? This game of politics and what you're seeing, you know what you're seeing now? You're seeing devilism to the highest order. Look here. Don't look over there. Deception, distraction, keeping people's minds twisted. It's devilism, man. It's devilism. I don't know what else to say. Oh, man, I tell you, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Do you guys and girls think maybe that I'm onto something here? Or, nah, everything is what it appears to be. It's right at face value. We're being told for weeks the gold is probably not there. It's not there, but we're going to go see it. We're going to go see if the gold's there, but it's not there. We're going to go see it. I don't know when we're going to go see it because this would be the greatest theft. But maybe I think what they're doing is trying to come up with a cover story. Makes too much sense. Does it make sense to you? Things are too easy. When you see things, you can't unsee them. Panama Canal, military control, look at the stock market going down, blah, 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 cost of living, skyrocketing, everything else. That's what it's all about, man. You know, I like that question. How's the race car? That is a question I'd love to answer. I'm going racing right after this video. Right after this video, I'm going drag racing. I'll be at Bradenton Motorsports Park. I'll post a video on my Instagram for you guys. At least I hope so. There is a link to my Instagram below. So that's how the race car is. Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate that, man. All right, guys and girls. So the Democrats looted America and Trump's looting the gold right now with his sidekick. Oh, the sidekick with Trump. You let me know, man. I don't know. It's all looting. If you think that one party is only solely responsible for where we are, the deconstruction of where we are, the people suffering here, the current war that we're in globally, this economic war, it's only the fault of whose fault is this? I mean, come on, man. You can point your fingers at whoever you want. If you don't think that these are both two wings of the same bird or two parts of the same hypocrisy, then I think you've been completely brainwashed. Sound about right to you? You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't do it. You can't do it. Oh, guys and girls, where is Bitcoin stored? I'm going to tell you. BlackRock. BlackRock and companies like BlackRock are now hoarding. They've become the whales. With the help of Donald Trump, of course, or Elon Musk. No, this was Trump. We'll see, guys and girls, man. We're all in the same boat. All right, look, I'm gonna go. I love you guys and girls. I hope you got something out of this video. Um, People, look, man, things are way worse than we think they are. Way, way, way worse than we think they are. It's all a psyop. And I want you guys and girls to always have the high ground. Be ready for anything. Anything. Be ready for the announcement that the gold is gone, maybe in a week from now, after they've managed to pull the gold. You understand? Right now, I believe that right now, right under your nose, in your face, the gold is being stolen. Elon Musk and Trump are responsible for it. And where the gold is going, if they tell you it's not there, you realize you're looking at the two people that did it, Trump and Musk. They're stealing it all and they're selling it off to the highest bidder. You can count on that. I'm going to leave you off with that. Love you all from the heart. See you in the morning as usual. All right, people, until we meet again, take care of yourselves and, of course, each other.